And you started with that first duplex. What did that teach you that still applies today with your much larger portfolio?
That's a very good question. It taught me right out the gate, treat your residents well, and I would treat the property well, and also place the right tenants in the first place is really really important. I've seen it time and time again when we take over like distressed properties, and usually why they don't perform well is because of bad tenant placement. We still have in our duplex that one tenant that lives in there. It's been there since we actually bought the place, and we always been fair with them. We had rent increases, but we explained it well why we are increasing it because property taxes increase when you buy a property and there's a reassessment on the value and the property tax goes up, insurance goes up, etc. And we explain it and it's like, hey guys, we're running a business. I'm sorry, but we have to go up with the rent. And they're like, oh yeah, that makes sense. Thanks for explaining it. And then if you place new tenants, just make sure they make at least 3 times the amount of the rent amount and make sure there's no evictions in the past and no background issues, etc. And if you just stay true to those principles, doesn't matter if you buy 100 unit, 200 unit, 300 unit. I think that translates from a duplex to a large portfolio. If you stay true to your principles and your core values, I think that makes the asset perform a lot better. And we learned that with a duplex right away. Placing the right tenants and things become a lot quieter than placing the bad tenants.
At what point when you were scaling your portfolio did you realize, like, man, this could really scale aggressively?
After I did my first commercial real estate deal, and the first one was a duplex, the second one was a fourplex, and I was like, okay, now I want to go commercial. And then I joined the mastermind that you're in the part of as well. And then I met, big players in that field. I'm like, wow, if they can do this, I want to do this too. I can learn this as well. I believe in me, I can do this. And then I realized, okay, if you raise capital on those deals, and you effectively, operate the deals in a good way that you have good returns to your investors, they will basically bring, the money back that you made for them and say, hey, please do it again. Like if you double that money, you're going to be like, oh, can you please do it again? So now let's say they invest $1 million and you double that money. Now they have 2 million and then they bring 2 million back because they want you to do it again. So that was like the easy, thing to think about in the beginning. I'm like, okay, this is like rocket fuel if you do it right. Of course, if you start raising capital and you lose people's money, you're not going to last long in that business. But I was thinking, like, if you do this right, you treat your residents well, you treat your investors well, there's no limit. The sky's the limit for you, and you can really fuel this to a really large portfolio really, really fast. And we have done that in the last couple of years. And we stay disciplined with what we're buying. Just because you can raise capital didn't mean we're buying bad deals. And you, AJ, have been part of one of our deals. You can see how well that one ran for us operationally, and also, how well we paid investors back on preferred returns and stuff like that. So I think that's testament to like our core principles that we apply into all these deals.